guys, I'm here in Denmark, Copenhagen, and I'm staying at the coolest hostel I've ever stayed at before, so I thought it'd be fun to show you guys around. It's called Next House, which you can kind of see behind me. I'll give you guys a tour of the building and all the facilities, and then at the end I'll go through the room options that you have to pick from and the prices. So let's go ahead and take a tour. So here's the outside of the building. Let's go ahead and go inside and we can start the tour. So when you walk in, you see a ton of different places for you to sit, hang out, lots of social spaces, and this is just the front entry, like reception area. So if we go to the right here, you'll see all these different screens and you can actually check in on your own. You don't need to go to the reception desk. The only downside is that they only let you check in exactly at 3 p.m., not a minute earlier. After you check in, you'll grab a blank key and you tap it on here, and then it'll create the key for you and print out a receipt with the Wi-Fi information, your room information, bed, all of that if you're in a dorm room. Next, we have this small little area that's a separate bar, along with the other bars that I'll show you in a minute. Then we continue past here, all the other check-in screens, and we have the Next Eatery. So this whole side of the building is this little like pizza place, and they also have the breakfast buffet here as well if you choose to have that in the morning. So let's go ahead and take a look inside the pizza place or the pizza buffet. So it's pretty huge. There's tons of areas to hang out, grab your food, and meet a lot of people if that's something that interests you. Now we'll head across to the other side over there. You see some sandwiches that you can buy, some merch, and then we'll continue on around the corner. And this is one of the main bar areas. We have a cool car here for decor, tons of seating options, some games, and then like I said, there's the bar so you can order drinks. Then we have the main reception area. If you want to check in with a person, you can. There's also an opportunity to buy drinks and coffee here. Just a really cool building, really cool decor. And now we'll head down those stairs to the next best part, which is the cinema room, sports arena, yoga room, venue, and gym. So we'll walk down these stairs, which again are seating options. There's tons of different places to sit and hang out here and meet lots of people. It's a very social place. And then you see the arena here where you can play some indoor soccer. Big screens everywhere. On this side is another one of the main bars, which is technically called the venue. Then we'll walk down here. If you want to sit here and watch people play soccer, by all means do. Then at the end of this little walkway, at the end of the sports arena, you'll see the gym. So it's a pretty well-equipped gym, especially for a hostel. And then in this room is the cinema room, which I didn't have access to because I didn't pay. I'll go more into details about that later. And then there is the yoga studio. So pretty big space, tons of places to hang out. And it's 20 DKK if you want to use any of these facilities, which I'll get more into in a little bit. And this is the other part of the venue. So we have the ping pong table, again, so many places to hang out and sit. We have a little stage there for whenever they have events, and TVs. The last part on this floor is on the other side of the stairs. You'll follow these stickers on the floor towards the lockers. And this is really nice because since there is not really a check-in desk, there's nowhere to just store your luggage before check-in or after checkout for free. So they do have this whole locker area here. You do have to pay, which is, a little frustrating. I wish there was a free option, but at least they do have this option. You can rent a locker for 3 hours, which is 20 DKK, 6 hours for 35, or there's a 24-hour option for a little bit more. Now I've showed you the -1 floor, the 0 floor, and now we'll head up to my room, which is on the 4th floor. But as you can see, there are rooms all the way from the 1st floor to the 5th floor. And here's a little map, which is nice to see. You can see all the room floors and then the 2 levels that we just toured. And it was freezing out, so I'm wearing lots of layers. So when you get off the elevator, there are so many rooms. Every single floor looks this way. I believe there's about 100 rooms on each floor, so it is a massive building, so many different rooms and room types, which we'll get into in a little bit. Here we have my room. You tap the key to get in. So I am in a 4-bed dorm. I really liked these because they're like pod hostels, so it kind of makes you feel like you have a little bit more privacy even though the space is pretty small. Right here, right when you walk in, we have our lockers. Let me switch it to 0.5 so you can see it a little bit better. This one's mine. It's not the biggest, but again, somewhere to put your space since there's not that much room in the room. It's quite small. There are the beds. There's my bed, bed number 2. And then if we go past the bed, there's like a little bit of an open space here with a full-length mirror. And then this is our view of the next building and the grass down below. So let's take a look at what the bed actually looks like. Inside you have your own light and you have a little pocket pouch to hold your things if your phone's charging and whatnot, and you also have your own plug. So again, kind of like a mini room within the room, gives you a little bit more privacy than a normal bunk bed. And then we have the bathroom here, which is quite small, but it's clean, it's modern, it does its job. And now we'll finish up the tour by heading up to the 5th floor. On the 5th floor, there is a rooftop terrace and the kitchen, which is what I'm going to be showing you. So the kitchen is pretty big. There's tons of areas for everyone to hang out and lots of people to be cooking at the same time. And there's these little booklets everywhere. You can see that you have to pay 20 DKK for the sports arena, the gym, or use of the kitchen. Or if you want to use all of them, you can combine it for 50. Every night they do have hostel dinners. That's the menu for the week. If you want to meet other travelers, especially if you're by yourself. We have the breakfast buffet, the pizza buffet, and then they give you information on how to get to and from the airport. So now let's take a look at their website where you can see all the different things that they have offered, including the different room options and prices. Here are all the facilities I gave you an in-depth tour of, but again, you're able to quickly see all the cool facilities that they have on site. And then you scroll down and you can see all the different dorm and private room options that they have. We have a 6-bed dorm, 4-bed, double room, single, and then a twin room. I showed you the 4-bed, that's the one that I had, and it starts at 145 DKK per night, which is about 21 USD. And then the last thing I wanted to show you, just because it is a very social place, is that they do have an events calendar. They have tons of events always happening, so make sure to check out this area of the website before you check in so you can see if you want to participate in any of the events. So enjoy your trip to Copenhagen, Denmark, one of the most amazing cities in Europe, and if you decide to stay at Next House, I hope you have a good time.